In this video, I am gonna tell you about my 10 favorite products of 2024 so far. What's up everyone, FC here from E-MTB, and it's June now. Half the year is pretty much done, and I've used a lot of products, and I'm here to share with you my favorite so far of 2024. So I've used all of these products, and I do have relationships with some of them, retailers and manufacturers. So if you want to purchase any of them, click the links in the description and it will help out our channel. All right, number one is the discovery of the year so far from me is this 6 Plus Pro mini compressor mini pumps right here. So we have the Pro and we have the Pro Max, and both of them, what's special about them is they're mini compressors, brushless motors, and lithium cells. And what they do is they pump up your tires to a specific pressure. So all you need to do is put them in, press this button, and then a little bit loud, but man, they're so convenient and so fast. This one can pump up your 29er tire 4 times and this one 8 times. And this one can do road bikes as well, super high pressure. But they're so convenient that not only do you use them for a flat tire, but before every ride session, you just check your pressures and usually they're gonna be off. You know, you think it's at 20 psi, it's actually at 14, or maybe it's too hard. So you can use them that way. Every single ride, get your pressure dialed because it is so important. I think even more important than your shock pressures. All right, number 2 on the list are these fascinating pedals from Wolftooth. Wolftooth makes the highest quality tools, and they're making components now. And they said, we'll make one for each camp, the concave and convex camp. Convex is this style, and then concave is this style. Concave is the more traditional one, and there's 2 camps right here, and they said we're make for each one the highest quality, $200 each. But man, I've never seen pedals like this, so smooth and so rebuildable. Convex, they're able to make it so much more lower profile because the thickest part is in the middle and it just thins out on the ends. And what I get from it is a really connected feel to the bike. I'm lower to the ground, and my shoes, you know, flat shoes have a little curvature anyway, a little flex, and I'm able to wrap around that pedal. I'm able to feel more. Concave, these ones I like too. Instead of grabbing your shoe in the middle, you know, you're really feeling the edges of the pedal, front and back. So, you know, this is the more traditional style pedal, and really it works as well. And they do have really long pins, 4.5 mil, but they also have 3.5 mil. All right, my number 3 favorite bike part for 2024 is 2 things from Feedback Sports. Feedback Sports, we all know them. They make the best stands, and they said, okay, let's step it up. Let's step up our game. We have heavier bikes, we have e-bikes, we have you know, commuters and whatnot. And so what they have is the Pro Mechanic HD stand right here. My stands keep tipping over, you know, while I'm working on it, especially if you don't have the legs perfectly positioned, right? And so this thing, it flexes. And this thing, they said they amped it up not only in terms of capacity but capability as well, and build quality. This thing is built 18 pounds, but really amazing builds. And what they have is this thing really helps. You could grab your seat post like this, but for the fine tuning, it really helps out because sometimes your hands are tied up. Also, for releasing the bike, you do this slowly and it lets the front drop gently and gives it more control. So I love it. 100 pounds capacity on this one. And then on the tools, this one is their Pro Mechanic tool set. Not cheap, but it is so compact and handy. You can just keep this in the car and it's got everything. The pedal tool is forged when they need to, and then really compact and handy, integrated and compact when it can be. All right, number 4 on my list is the Aventon Abound cargo bike right here for $17.99 on sale right now. What makes this bike special is it has really small wheels, so to give you a lot of motor torque and a lot of braking power. It has a little cubby right here, you can store stuff, and then really amazing power. Just impressive, this thing. And it has a dropper post. You know, because you're getting on, the kids are in the back, and you know, just drop it. And then $17.95, right? That's pretty darn good. I looked at their site, and because of the supply chain issues, they're trying to clear inventory. They're giving away something like $800 worth of free stuff. You know, a free battery, a free cage for your kids, you know, all these things. So $17.95, it kind of appears to be like $1,200 or $1,100. Pretty darn good. And a runner-up to that is my favorite cargo bike, if price was not considered. This is the Globe Haul LT and the Globe Haul ST. So this one is $3,500 for the LT, cheaper for the short tail. And what this brings to the table is just amazing specialized quality. The build, the lights, everything, it's like so impressive what Specialized has done. And if you compare it to Specialized products, you know, e-bikes that are, you know, they're all $5,000 to 15 grand. This is a really good value, and they have these really cool bins, very configurable. There's a whole ecosystem of parts that you could put on it. But you know, when you ride it, you're like, wow, everything is so low to the ground that you could load up 300 pounds and it will still handle pretty nicely, like a Specialized bike. Okay, next product I want to bring to your attention is the SQ Lab saddle 60X, and this is really cool because SQ Lab is kind of one of the scientists of saddles. They really get into the anatomic fit of your saddle, and great materials. But you know, they really initiated that fit. You know, not everyone has the same sit bone width, and you know, they really tailor the fit of the saddle to you. And I just went with a wide. I sat on my friend's bike, and he had a super wide saddle. Really, you know, really small guy, but I sat on him, I'm like, oh my God, I never sat on a saddle like this. And this 60X, it looks like it's made of styrofoam, but it is space shade material. I think all the stuff is filled with air, so that's why it's so soft. I mated this with their new chamois. Their old chamois was super thick, but really slippery material. The new one is so thin, and I think I get that. A lot of the chamois now is thinner, so it doesn't bunch up, you know? You just gotta cinch that thing down, and you just don't want it bunching up while you're pedaling a long effort. So, you know, instead of the chamois doing all the cushioning, have the saddle do it, and just have an efficient, friction-free chamois. So I'll have a link to that as well. So highly recommend SQ Lab products and their other offerings as well. Okay, next product is this Ride One Up Prodigy. And there's two versions of it, and this one I've been testing and I've been happy. And I looked at the price, it's on sale, $19.95. I'm like, dang, that's a good value because it has a Bros mid-drive motor similar to what's in your Levos. It just doesn't look as sexy, but it's the same, I think, belt drive, super smooth, and it's pretty well equipped. Right here for $19.95, and you can take this on the trails. But what I'm going to recommend to you guys is the commuter version. The commuter version has everything pretty much the same, but you know, different tires. It has fenders and same brakes, same 4-piston brakes, Tektro. But that one is on sale for like $12.95. $12.95. I thought that's the price for the motor and battery. So for you to get a full bike from Ride One Up, a pretty reputable company, 4-piston brakes, pretty darn good. Okay, number 7, we jump back to my bench here for a couple parts. We have the two products. One is the Park Tool TSI-1 syringe right here. I've used many products like this, and none of them have really addressed the issue of getting your sealant and pushing it into your press-stop valve. It's not an easy job, and this one you can't pull it out and get all that sealant all over the place because it's just made for the job, and you just have to clear it every once in a while. But powerful little tool here for 25 bucks, Park Tool TS1. And you do need sealant, and my favorite these days is the WTB tubeless tire and sealant, because you know, it seems to have long staying power in your tire. It's price effective, and if you can afford it, you're gonna use it anyway. Get it in the big gallon containers. And right here it reveals why I like this thing so much. while it's easy to live with, you see here is the grit. You know, there's a lot of what do you call that, sediment coagulate and seal your tire. And what you do, and this really brings it to light, the different sizes of course, is before you use it, you shake the heck out of it and look at that, and spread that grit around, and that puts that in your tire, and that's what's going to allow it to seal up you know, flats, even big ones. All right, we're getting close to the end. Number 8 here is cross-country tires. Basically, I love the Specialized T7, T5, the ground control, and the fast track. So that is a recommendation for sure. But I think a little better than that now is the new tires from Vittoria, the Mezcal and the Peyote, because they make it in 2.4 on a very supple casing. It's just incredible, you know, how comfortable these tires are. You can ride them low pressure, they still roll really well. And these tires I've been using a lot, breaking my records. So love these tires. Not the cheapest, but it's a good investment. 700 grams, but man, it'll get you rolling. The Peyote really fast, and the Mezcal has a great balance of grip and speed. Okay, number 9 favorite product is the new mid-power, mid-drive motor from Bosch, the Bosch SX motor. This is their lightweight entry into this competitive new field. And the Bosch SX motor, 55 Newton meters, and they claim 600 watts if you spin the pedals really fast. And this motor is really good because it's got decent power, very competitive power, and it has an extender available already. I think 400 watt hours for the base battery, and then you have these extenders, and I believe they're 200 watt hours, but they're available as they're releasing this motor. And Bosch has a lot of experience, you know, the best iPhone app available, the best mode, very good modes too, that are kind of automatic modes. And then the controls, which have been a problem before, have been refined now. You know, they're a lot better now, not so clunky and kludgy. Mind you, you know, they advertise as 600 watts. I wouldn't pay so much attention to that. That kind of ruins it for me, because you have to spin the pedals at 110 RPM to get 600 watts, and that's not really realistic for mountain biking applications, especially with your 20 mile per hour cutoff limit. The bikes that I've tried for this genre are the new Norco bikes. They're going to be first in the US, and also the Canyon bike. The Canyon is like $5,500 or $4,500 for the first entry. A really good option for the mid-power segment. And then the other bike in this category is the RE Nebo. I think the RE Nebo is the king right now. Fatsuwa motor, the best right now. I'll have some reliability issues before, and I think they're not completely past that yet. But the RE Nebo, formerly Fezzari, is just a great bike. Perfectly dialed, and they offer it at $6,000 and $8,000. So a really good solution for you guys looking in the mid-power segment. Okay, finally, I'll give you a little bonus right here. My favorite brakes, and I've tested them all because of e-bikes and enduro bikes, is the Hayes Dominion A4 right here. And the reason why I love them so much is because they're so light action and so powerful. They also have this reach adjuster that is so kind of best in class, is out of the way, and you could do it while you're riding. So Hayes Dominion A4, they have stood the test of time, and 2 years later, the bite point is still exactly where you want it to be, and the power is crazy. The runner-up is the SRAM Mavens. The SRAM Mavens is more powerful than this. So, you know, it's just an amazing brake. It's 46% more powerful than the codes, and it really is true. And you know, just an amazing brake that's going to change the way you ride, because you can late brake. They say to go fast, you have to go slow. You have to slow down. And the SRAM Mavens, I've seen it in myself and my 2 buddies who are using it. It's like the entry speed is different now, because you can just hit the brake and you are confident it's going to stop you. The reason why it's not number 1 is it has like 3 times this free stroke effort right here. Is a little heavy on the free stroke. Not everything. The most important thing is how much hand power does it require, you know, to get you to that nose bleeding stop. and the SRAM is good, but the free stroke is a little heavy, and we're all having a little bit of bite point issues. On the first press on the SRAM Maven, it just kind of sinks to the lever, and then after that it goes like this. You know, not like this. Is always consistent on the, you know, what is this, the Hayes Dominion A4. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the list, and if you want any of these, click on the links in the description. Thank you.